Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the show. Izola here with FlickDirect, and I got my hands during the spooky season on the new Blu-ray release, or soon to be release, of 2025's I Know What You Did Last Summer. Yes, not the 1997 version. So I have thoughts. I need to share them. So grab your popcorn, sit back, relax, and let's get this started. When five friends inadvertently cause a deadly car accident, they cover up their involvement and make a pact to keep it a secret rather than face the consequences. A year later, their pasts come back to haunt them, and they're forced to confront a horrifying truth. Someone knows what they did last summer, and they are hell bent on revenge. It's pretty much the premise. I think that gives you a pretty clear idea of what's happening in this movie. And obviously, one by one, friends are stalked by a killer. They actually discover this has happened before. So they kind of meet up with the two survivors from 1997 seeking help. I'd like to say that just right away they go, oh yeah, turn yourselves in. Should have done that a year ago, stupids. Can't tell me you never heard about it, but then again, I mean, who knows? Let's get on to this and discuss what this whole thing is about and whether or not you should actually watch this movie. So again, this is kind of, well, mostly a reboot of the movie that occurred in 1997. And maybe you're thinking to yourself, well, if this is a reboot, then maybe the story has aged like a fine wine and it's going to be even better than the original because they have so much time and more modern updates that they could make to just make it even better than the first one. And let me tell you, the first one was pretty darn cheesy and not the best horror movie, but it was still fun for the 90s. Well, I hate to disappoint you, but it did not age well. It's pretty much the same movie, the same characters. Kids kill someone, someone comes back for revenge, lots of blood and gore, screaming, yada yada yada. You get what I mean. So it also borrows from other movies from that time. So maybe like a little bit of Scream sprinkled in there. It just, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't in the right frame of mind when I watched this movie, but I was disappointed. I wanted something more because I knew the old original, I should say, movie. So I needed changes. The jock is still the jock. The beauty queen is still the beauty queen. You know, it's like the popular kids. I need more substance. I need a little more character. And I just kind of got the same thing. So I was just underwhelmed with it. The acting wasn't horrible by any means, but I think it was the dialogue that really hit it or killed it, or it wasn't a hit, is what I'm trying to say. It felt like it was missing something. I wanted just more. And it's not that you can do a lot of character development, or you should. I mean, they're kids and you know how a jock is. And again, I literally knew what I was getting with the characters and I just wanted a little bit more. I knew what was going to happen, just like I knew what they did last summer. The movie just missed the mark for me. It's another letdown in a genre that right now has just been suffering for a bit. I mean, aside from The Conjuring, I've just been pretty bored with horror movies and thrillers as a whole. And I can't name one thing that distinctly tells you why this is happening, but right now we're kind of in the trenches and we need to build it back up. And I'm okay with cheesiness and, you know, that hokey B-rated kind of horror stuff as well. but I also need a little substance in the plot and character development. So I think that that's what's really been kind of missing in those movies as of late. Now, is the 2025 version of I Know What You Did Last Summer the worst movie? Absolutely not. There have been far worse. But because this was more of a reboot, it felt more like a disappointment. I feel like it hit worse than if it was a full-on flop. You know what I mean? Like brand new. I don't know. It just, again, my opinion, I wasn't super happy with it. And also, like, thinking back on like super cheesy flops, at least they kind of make you laugh and you still get something out of it. But with this one, I was just like, okay, I literally know step by step everything that's happening, and I don't feel for any of the characters. So I'm just going to kind of play on my phone until it's kind of over, which, who knows, that could have made me miss some things too, because I wasn't really paying attention. Anyway, because of all of this, I'm going to give the movie itself, I Know What You Did Last Summer 2025 Reboot, a 2 out of 5. Now let's move on to audio and video. First, we're going to discuss the video, and this is hitting Blu-ray. Like I said, this is not a 4K review, and it hits in the original 2.391 aspect ratio. And what can I say? It looks great. It's sharp with strong detail, rich natural colors. The skin tones look very realistic, so they're not super grainy. Everything is clear and close-ups. Black levels are super solid, and there's very minimal noise. So you're not, again, going to get those little the graininess. You can really tell sometimes with the darker colors. And this is very clean, crisp. You're not going to be disappointed in the video at all. They did a great job in post. It's put together well. Video quality is really good. And because of this, I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. Now on to auto. This is auto. And now on to audio. This is not a Dolby Atmos track. This is the DTS-HD 5.1 audio track, but it does the job. It gets you exactly what you need for the spooky moments. Surround sound effects feel really natural and help give you those little jump scares, building up the tension, which we all love. I'm not, again, a huge jump scare person, but when you kind of hear that little shift in the sound, things just kind of sneak up on you. You're like, ooh, what was that? So, it definitely gets you feeling more immersed into the movie, especially when the lights are off. So watch it in the dark. The dialogue is clear and it uses every inch of space. So again, you feel like you are fully immersed. And when I say it's using every inch of space, I mean, just pretend when they're doing the sound, you just have speakers everywhere. You're surrounded by speakers. And they're using every single one to make sure that if there is a cricket all the way in the corner over there, you're getting the sound and you can hear it coming from over there. So it's not just like filtered in all ear areas. That's just an example, but you can just tell that they really did a great job making sure that the sound was high quality. Even though it's not Dolby Atmos, it's still crisp and clear, and you're getting exactly what you need for a horror movie. So because of this, 4.5 out of 5. And now on to the extras. Where the movie might disappoint a little, the extras kind of make up for it. And this one's actually giving us more than a majority of the ones that we've had in the past. I know we've had a few sprinkled in there that gave us some good additional little goodies, but this one does pretty well. And let me just tell you, we immediately start off with some bloopers. Who doesn't love a good blooper? You know me, I'm all about it. And I feel like on horror sets, you're going to get a lot of bloopers because people are just so ramped up, and then all of a sudden someone, I don't know, makes a fart noise and everybody starts giggling. Stupid, I know, but I have childish behavior, and I think fart noises are funny. Sorry. They also mention outtakes, but outtakes and bloopers are kind of the same thing to me, but do with that as you will. You're also getting the digital copy. You're getting deleted scenes, and sometimes they're good, sometimes not. But you're getting at least 3 minutes of bloopers, and then I think I don't remember how many deleted scenes, but you're getting a lot. So definitely be prepared for that. You're also getting 9 minutes of returning to Southport, and basically that's just kind of taking you behind the scenes. You're meeting old and new faces, how they're paying homage to the old, but trying to do a spin on the new. Again, you watch the movie, you let me know what you think about that. But I think that, it's fun to watch. I always like how they put these things together so we can see how they made it, right? What was the name of that show? Was it just literally how it was made? I always found that show a lot of fun. Like they even did how they cobble shoes, making bowling balls. Very interesting stuff. So that's why I find these things interesting as well. And you also get 11 minutes of how to make a thriller, basically, which, is a fun watch. So I think you'll definitely enjoy that as well. But overall, they're giving you more content. And again, you don't get these things with the streaming services. So if you're a fan of horror movies, definitely pick this up because you're going to get all of these extras. I like those features. I think that that's definitely something that boosts the overall experience when you can kind of see how things were made, outtakes, deleted scenes, why they're in there and why they're not. So because of all of this, I'm giving the extras a 3.5 out of 5. My overall thoughts on this are a little bit all over the place, right? The movie itself is not the best horror/thriller that you're going to get, but it's also not the worst. I think that horror fans in general can enjoy this. And if you never saw the original, maybe that'll make it better for you. I think that I was just so hung up on the old one that watching this one, I was just like, you know what? Maybe late 90s, they should have held off a little longer before they remade this one. Maybe it wasn't modern enough. Maybe there was not enough character development. I don't know. There was just a lot that I really wanted more of and did not get it. Having said that, though, it's not a complete waste. The Blu-ray gives you great audio, visuals, extras. And the movie itself, like I said, it's watchable. It's decent. It's just, I was more disappointed with it, and that could be because I've watched the original. Again, if you watch it, let me know your thoughts on it. I'm very curious to see, did you see the original from the 90s? Did that have an effect on your overall thoughts of the movie? Were you kind of biased? And again, the original's not that amazing. Okay, so I think what it was is that I just expected more because there was already a script out there. There was already plot points and things that you could follow, what to do and what not to do when you brought this movie out. So I think that that's where a lot of my disappointment is. Will you enjoy this movie? I think you could. If you're just a fan of horror and thrillers, I think you're going to have fun with it. Again, audio and video quality really boost the overall score for this. And then again, you've got a ton of extras that you can watch that just make it even more enjoyable. At the end of the day, I just wanted more out of it. Just a little bit more. And I did not get that. So I think I was just disappointed right off, the top of it. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a little nitpicky. Anyway, having said all of this, I'm going to give the Blu-ray release of I Know What You Did Last Summer a 3.5 out of 5. Now, again, if you did see this movie and you enjoyed it, or if you are just a horror fan, you love this stuff. I mean, come on. Sarah Michelle Gellar, Freddie Prinze Jr., Jennifer Love Hewitt. Oof, almost messed that one up. You know, like there's little bits of cameos here and there, and we saw them on the red carpet, and that's a whole nother thing. But I think it's definitely something that if you're just a fan of the genre, its release date is October 7th, so you don't have to wait long. You can still go and pre-order it so you can get it a day of, or you can go into your local store, order online, get it when you want it. But again, October 7th, if you do want to get your hands on a copy of this Blu-ray, it will be available to you then. And with that, this concludes my review of the Blu-ray of I Know What You Did Last Summer. Please be sure to like and subscribe to all of our channels so you never miss out on any entertainment news. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.